Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Bullring. I'm Alan Dietz along with Jess Ballard, and we have got a big show today because we've got a big break coming up, but it's not for any lack of action on the racetrack because we're going to have a lot of it, so much so that we're not going to be able to be back in 2 weeks.
Yeah, too much racing. There's not enough time to listen to you and I yap.
That's right. We're going to recap the big announcement this week at Joe Gibbs Racing with Chase Briscoe joining them in 2025. Derek Thorn will be here along with Taylor Kitchen, Bob Sargent, and Chase Burda. They're all going to be here to talk to us. And the reason I say we're not going to be here is, of course, next week, even if we weren't off, the Celebration of America 300 at Oxford is Tuesday and Wednesday, July 2nd and 3rd, which you'll be able to see on Racing America pay-per-view. And then the following week, it'll be the Slinger Nationals here on Racing America that will preempt our the taping of our shows. So you'll have all of that, and then we'll be back. So you're going to have to come by the office because that's going to be way too long for us not to see you.
Yeah, that's all right. I'll just take a break.
Well, you could still come by the office,
All right,
right?
I'll stop by. Especially since I heard Colin's restacking the snacks.
Yeah, that's our boss, and that's his most important function is making sure that we're all snacked up in our offices. So when we do come back, we talked about it just a little bit. Of course, Chase Briscoe, that announcement made by Christopher Bell last week, but officially made this week. And we will take you to Joe Gibbs Racing and let you hear from what all those folks had to say when we come back.
5-star bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market, aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance. The highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5-star.
The Stars will be out at Oxford Plains Speedway July 2nd and 3rd, going for $40,000 to win in the All That's Metal Celebration of America 300. NASCAR champions Kyle Busch and Daniel Hemrick, along with short track legend Bubba Pollard, take on North America's best in a 300-lap battle. Plus, New England Super Modifieds going for $10,000 to win and more. It's the Celebration of America 300, July 2nd and 3rd at Oxford Plains Speedway, and you can see it only on Racing America.
Communication is key in the racing world. When it comes to at-the-track communications, there is only one place to call. Racing Electronics is the #1 source for professional race communications worldwide. Over 20 years in the business proves their dedication to the sport. With every driver and crew communication, two-way radios and headsets, scanners and more, Racing Electronics is a one-stop communication source for all your motorsports needs. Before the green flag flies, make sure you have all your team communication gear from Racing Electronics. Stop by and see a Racing Electronics representative at the track near you. Visit their showroom in Concord, North Carolina, or order online at racingelectronics.com.
This week on Racing America, it's NASCAR Stars versus Short Track Racing's Best. It all begins Thursday night at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway as Josh Berry and Ross Chastain battle the local Music City Pro Late Model racers for 100 laps. Then Friday night, NASCAR Cup Series champion Kevin Harvick makes his debut at Five Flags Speedway as he challenges the Southern Super Series stars. It's a NASCAR versus Grassroots Battle Royal from Nashville and Five Flags, and you can see it all on RacingAmerica.tv.
I'm Joe Gibbs, and you're watching Racing America.
Welcome back to the Bullring. Of course, Joe Gibbs Racing made their big announcement this week. Chase Briscoe is joining the team in 2025. We found a little bit about some of the sponsorship and a few other things, and it was very interesting over there. It was nice to see.
Yeah, and you got to be there in person and see that announcement officially be made. So let's see what that was all about.
While Christopher Bell might have let the proverbial cat out of the bag this past weekend at New Hampshire, finally the much-anticipated signing of Chase Briscoe has happened, and he was introduced as Joe Gibbs Racing's newest driver here today.
Since I had the mistake of starting this on Friday, I guess I'll get to finish it out today. So we've got our team owner, Joe Gibbs, crew chief on the number 19 car, James Small, and it is my honor to finally announce the full name of our driver next year, Chase Briscoe, in the 19 car.
We appreciate, gosh, to have a relationship like this that will continue on the 19 car with one of the most iconic companies and one of the companies in America that everybody just admires. It's a huge deal for us.
Yeah, I think, for one, the culture and just the performance side too, right? Like, my other opportunities, I think they could win, in given time for sure. But, this opportunity, they're literally dang near leading the points. Like, they're in the mix every single week. So just from a standpoint of going instantly and being able to perform, that was really exciting for me. And just, the culture, the people, how Joe leads. There's just a lot of different variables and just what it could do for my family if I do come here and perform. So, it was, I want to say it was an easy decision, but it wasn't. It actually was kind of a hard decision, just leaving kind of everything I knew, coming to a new manufacturer. And, there's a lot of things that are going to be totally different for me. And, even as crazy as it sounds, just where the shop is located, I don't live anywhere close to where all the other drivers live. So, and even down to where they fly out of, like Statesville, it's nearly 2 hours for me. So, that makes a difference in some of my decisions too. So, just everything that I prayed about kind of led to here. And I feel like every time I kind of questioned it, I was just always reassured that this was the right place for me.
He had other choices, and there were people after him. And so, I think having gone through football, and I used to, and when I was at colleges, when it was signing day, I would show up at 3 o'clock in the morning and sit outside the house because I want to make sure somebody else doesn't show up. But anyway, I think recruiting is, that's something I feel there's kind of there's a little bit of an art to it, and you hope that you can put across the things that you think are important to somebody. So, I get nervous too. If you've made up your mind on something, what it's like until you get it done, I don't relax, so.
Yeah, no, there's definitely a lot going on, but, already is a hell of a lot better texter than Martin is. So, I sent him a message and straight away he's back at me. So, just trying to build that relationship. We've met once. We try to, going forward, try and meet every week if we can, and, just try and, build that chemistry and the understanding between each other and get him used to my accent.
Martin's in a totally different situation, right? Like, he doesn't live here. He doesn't come to the shop. So, I think it makes it a little bit easier for us to probably get ahead of that. So now that it's finally out and announced, like, I think I'm probably going to come here at least once a week and just kind of hang out with the shop guys, start building that relationship. I don't think I'll probably be able to get on the simulator till after the season's over, just with all the OEM stuff, obviously. So I don't know. I think that, just building that camaraderie amongst the guys and hanging out here at the shop will be a good first step. And, taking them out to lunch, doing little things like that. And then, once the off season finally kicks in, we'll start hitting it pretty hard on just, setup stuff and sim stuff.
When we come back, Derek Thorn's going to join us and tell us what he's got coming up here in July.
Pro late models are back at Cordeo Motor Speedway Saturday night, June 29th for 100 laps of action. Plus racing for Pure Stock, Enduro, Mini Stock, Crown Vics, Legends, and Bandoleros. And you can catch it only on RacingAmerica.tv.
This is Racing America, the biggest stars.
I enjoyed it. I felt good out there. I would love to come here and race.
And the inside info.
This is the T-bar setup. This clips into the bottom of the cam lock.
The only fast channel powered by the NASCAR Cup team owners who know all about speed.
How am I even going to drive for 3.5 hours without having a radio in the car?
The most NASCAR team content anywhere. Climb on board.
Communication is key in the racing world. When it comes to at-the-track communications, there is only one place to call. Racing Electronics is the #1 source for professional race communications worldwide. Over 20 years in the business proves their dedication to the sport. With every driver and crew communication, two-way radios and headsets, scanners and more, Racing Electronics is a one-stop communication source for all your motorsports needs. Before the green flag flies, make sure you have all your team communication gear from Racing Electronics. Stop by and see a Racing Electronics representative at the track near you. Visit their showroom in Concord, North Carolina, or order online at racingelectronics.com.
It's time for a pre-4th of July celebration with your friends from the Race of Champions and the Bullring, Wyoming County International Speedway, and an evening full of short track racing excitement on the speedy third mile. The Race of Champions Sportsman, 602 Sportsman, Race of Champions Superstock Series, and 4-score 4-cylinder dash series set to do battle at the Bullring. Brought to you by the Race of Champions and the Bullring. Saturday, June 29th, the Bullring, Wyoming County International Speedway, racing at 6 p.m. You can't miss it.
Friday night, June 28th on Racing America, NASCAR Cup Series champion Kevin Harvick returns to his short track roots. See Harvick battle it out with the Southern Super Series stars at Five Flags Speedway. Watch it all on racingamerica.tv.
Glad to have you back with us on the Bullring, and I was glad to find out earlier this week that we're going to see Derek Thorn back behind the wheel, and he is joining us now to tell us a little bit about that. And Derek, I thought you were retired and just building cars. I thought race car driver Derek was gone.
Man, it felt like I was there. I went from driving once in the first 6 months of this year to now hopefully driving 4 times the next 5 weeks. So it got busy quick, but just honored to be able to drive again. To have the opportunity with Paul Schaefer Motorsports like I did last year, and then to have it come up is going to be fun, I hope.
And the races that Derek is talking about, he will be at Slinger this weekend, June the 30th, then at the Slinger Nationals, the Summer Showdown in Washington, July 19th, and the SRL race at Eureka on July 27th.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, that got busy real quick. Was this always the plan to kind of maybe revisit hitting the track once we get these big races coming up towards the end of summer and, of course, into the fall? Or was this truly kind of a last-minute thing that came together?
It kind of all just came together last minute. I've had a really great schedule so far this year with Sean Hingorani, but with his ARCA schedule, the mid-portion of the season was kind of left open for interpretation, so to speak. And then at the same time, I feel like with this new tire, the ST1 and ST2 that Hoosiers brought to the table, it's opened up a can of worms for us to develop it and be better on it. So I think this is a good time of year for me to hopefully get back behind the wheel and have a better shot of hopefully learning something so I can provide a better product for my customers. And then at the same time, obviously being able to compete is always my passion. Having DTR as a business is obviously our goal is to provide the best quality product for our customers, but to be able to get behind the wheel once in a while, develop that, hopefully have some success at the same time, be able to promote all our sponsors and have some fun with Schaefer Motorsports is hopefully kind of the best of all things, considering it's the best of both worlds.
And speaking of the sponsors, some of your longtime partners are coming back to be a part of this, correct?
They are. It is. It's kind of fun. I think I have been able to race because of the support of people like Marty Mellon, Pepper Jack Kennels, El Bandito Yankee Tequila, to have Fire Suppression Solutions, to have Paul Schaefer, to have Daryl Abbott, to have all these guys that have it's all of us together that allowed me to continue racing. And I just feel very fortunate that they're all still behind me as I get older in my years, right? And be able to keep racing gets tougher and tougher, but to have all their support at the same time helps me stay behind the wheel and at the same time have some fun supporting them and representing their companies.
I want to go back to that ST2 tire you mentioned earlier. For those of us that are not technologically inclined.
Which you were at the announcement. You made the announcement.
Oh my God, I was. Okay, well, I don't remember. So, Phil, tell us what the main difference is here with this tire.
As Hoosiers had it out for a minute. We don't race on it as much out here yet, right? So like Kern and Irwindale, we're still on an older 30-35 F50. So it's hard for us to develop, without traveling all the way to the East Coast, it's hard for us to develop a notebook on it because we're not really on it a lot out here. But the tire has been, in my opinion, it's supposed to be a lot like the 30-35 and the 30-35 or 30-45, which has been around forever. But for some reason, it just isn't taking like that tire has. And I don't know the difference. I'm not a chemist or how the tire's made. But there has been some subtle differences, and those subtle differences has promoted some cars more so than other chassis manufacturers. And I feel like Fury I think we're working harder than the other teams have had to work to make this tire as happy as we want it to be. Because obviously we're always looking for that upper hand or that little bit of that extra edge. But Fury, working with Tony Uri and here with Mike Keene and with some of these customers like Jet Nolan and Paul Schaefer. And I think we're on the verge of having some really good stuff to complement this tire. It's just a matter of being able to get to the track and try it out.
So we've got these races in July. I think the next natural question is end of the year, All American, World Crown, Snowball. Are you going to be at those in some form, whether it's as a driver or as a crew chief?
I am. So Sean Hangarani is going to run the All American 400 in the Snowball Derby. So I will be committed to helping him out, not behind the wheel, but hopefully as a crew chief to work on his stuff and hopefully get us up front where we belong. And then hopefully, if anything, any opportunities open up, working with Jet Nolan's been a lot of fun. So that opens up some opportunities to go to some races with him. And then also, if there's anything that kind of fills in those voids, there's always maybe some races I can get behind the wheel. But that'll just kind of come, I think, naturally as the year goes on.
Well, you're the all-time laps leader and all this other stuff with the snow. Isn't that still crazy to think?
Yeah.
I mean, really, all the records that you broke here in the last, 4 years there.
I think, and this is like just for the younger drivers, but it's when you're in the middle of it and it's happening, I guess you really don't realize, doesn't really sink in. But when you become I'm on the other side of the fence more so now, not necessarily driving as much. But what Byron Campbell and Mike Keene had was obviously something very special. And you look back at those stats, especially if you look back 15 years ago and I'd never even been to the Derby, to be able to have the success we had from the West Coast, not only was it special, but it was something that I will always look back on it as a monumental feat in itself, because it's extremely difficult. And it's pretty cool to have it happen to us.
Well, we're glad that you're back behind the wheel. We look forward to seeing you here on Racing America at Slinger and everything else you got going on.
Hey, I appreciate you guys for having me on, and hope you guys have a good week.
Thanks, man. Good luck.
Thanks.
All right, when we come back, Bob Sargent from Track Enterprises. He's going to join us.
Communication is key in the racing world. When it comes to at-the-track communications, there is only one place to call. Racing Electronics is the #1 source for professional race communications worldwide. Over 20 years in the business proves their dedication to the sport. With every driver and crew communication, two-way radios and headsets, scanners and more, Racing Electronics is a one-stop communication source for all your motorsports needs. Before the green flag flies, make sure you have all your team communication gear from Racing Electronics. Stop by and see a Racing Electronics representative at the track near you. Visit their showroom in Concord, North Carolina, or order online at racingelectronics.com.
5-star bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market, aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance. The highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5-star.
This is Racing America. The biggest stars.
I enjoyed it. I felt good out there. I would love to come here and race.
And the inside info.
This is the T-bar setup. This clips into the bottom of the cam lock.
The only fast channel powered by the NASCAR Cup team owners who know all about speed.
How am I even going to drive for 3.5 hours without having a radio in the car?
The most NASCAR team content anywhere. Climb on board.
Kick off NASCAR week in the Music City June 27th with a special Thursday night of racing. NASCAR stars Ross Chastain and Josh Berry will battle it out with the Pro Late Model locals, plus street stocks and more. Watch it all on RacingAmerica.tv.
Well, it is a big week here on Racing America, and it all starts Thursday night at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway with the Battle at Broadway 150. Joining us from Track Enterprises is Bob Sargent. And Bob, a big week is an understatement with everything going on in Nashville. It starts on Thursday night with Josh Berry and Ross Chastain coming in town.
Yeah, it does. This is a chance to showcase all our local pro late model guys. We've got a good group of talent there locally every week, and now we get to have some NASCAR guys come in and 10,000 to win. So we expect a really good race, plus our CRA street stocks.
Well, Nashville always puts on great racing there at the local track. And I love these race weekends when not only do we have the Cup guys coming in, but they are, coming off a race weekend or before a race weekend. I don't know where the schedule's lining up, but they're going to be in Nashville at the big track. And it just kind of builds all this excitement. And then on top of it, it's in Nashville, which is always a great time for the fans and the racers.
And the fairgrounds is in Nashville.
It is in Nashville, yeah. What's that? There's a bar, that's like, we were just talking about dive bars off air. There's a bar right by the Santa's
I don't
Pub.
know.
Anyways, okay.
Close, but
Yeah, okay. So if you're a fan or a driver and you got some free time, go check that place out. So anyway, I'm really excited about this. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to watch from home. How do you guys prepare? Do you prepare any differently for a race weekend when you know that you got these big names coming in and, you got to accommodate for that?
Well, yeah, I mean, the majority of us the same, Jess. I mean, we prepare the track and get the officials ready and things of that nature, the timing set up. But, we're planning on a bigger crowd, so we have to have better parking, concessions be ready. We're having an autograph sessions from 5 to 5:45. So there are some different things that happen. And other than that, the green flag for the 150 lap main event at 7:30, and then it's all normal.
Well, it's normal there, but then on Friday night at Five Flags, of course, the Blizzard Series, the ASA Southern Super Series is there, and Kevin Harvick's coming back. There's another guy I know that's coming that I don't know if I can officially say yet or not, but he's not going to be the only big name there. Let's just say that.
That's right. Again, we got regional drivers in the Southern Super Series, and we get some NASCAR stars to come in. So it'd be a great night at Pensacola. So, yeah, we kind of feel a double header here. Some guys from Nashville are going on down to Pensacola after we get down Thursday. So it'll be a busy week. Again, just look forward to the Nashville race, then the Super Speedway's going on, and then we'll go down to the Pensacola on Friday.
Well, not only do we have Cup guys, I mean, a few times throughout the season we'll see Cup guys enter these late model races, but we actually have a few names that we don't typically see, like Kevin Harvick.
Mm-hmm.
He's not typically a guy that we see, and Ross Chastain.
Yep.
We don't typically see him coming and running these races, so I think it's going to be a very exciting weekend.
Yeah, we believe that too. They're going to be in good cars. I mean, Harvick has his own car, but Ross will be in the Rackley car. Josh Berry's going to be in the Dylan Fetcho car. So, just really good cars. They should definitely run up front and buy to win. And again, we can't say enough about our local guys. I mean, what a great chance to showcase their talents. And again, a bigger purse, 150 laps for 10,000 to win.
Once we get past Nashville, I know it doesn't slow down any for you with all the different things that Track Enterprises is in. What's up next for the ASA Stars? I know we were talking to Derek Thorn just a little bit ago, and he was talking about some of the challenges with the ST2 tire, and I know Hoosier's working through that, and it's not necessarily anything bad. It's just it's throwing these guys for a little bit of a loop.
Yeah, we go to Anderson on July 20th for our next ASA Stars race. Hopefully have some NASCAR guys there and a good field of our travelers that travel with us and some Indiana guys. But Hoosiers trying their best. We've had some good luck with the ST1s and 2s, and maybe some batch codes, some date codes got out of mark there for a while. So we're trying to get that reeled back in and continue with a very consistent good tire.
Well, Bob, I know it's going to be a lot of fun this weekend. I know it'll be busy. Starts Thursday at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. As I said, the ASA Southern Super Series at Five Flags on Friday night. And as you said, around the corner to the Redbud 400 coming up at Anderson. Try not to overdo it. There's a lot to do.
Well, it's that time of year, and we're never going to complain about having a lot to do. We feel fortunate that we got a good group of drivers that are following us, and the fans seem to really be enjoying these races. And we're just fortunate to be able to put this on for everybody.
Yeah, well, I know how you feel. It is fortunate that we're able to call this a job. Have fun this weekend, and we look forward to talking to you again soon.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Bob Sargent with Track Enterprise. As I said, Nashville, it all starts off Thursday night, and you can watch here on Racing America and Track TV. When we come back, we are going to take you racing around America and let you see some of the great action we had here on Racing America this past weekend.
5-star bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market, aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance. The highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5-star.
RacingAmerica.tv kicks off a big weekend of action Thursday night with ROC Modifieds at Lancaster and a Pro Late Model Special at Nashville. More late models get going with the Blizzard Series at Five Flags on Friday night. And on Saturday night, Pro Late Models are back at Cordele. Northwest Super Late Models in Idaho. ROC Sportsman rounded out at Wyoming County on Sunday. It's all a part of an action-packed week on RacingAmerica.tv.
Communication is key in the racing world. When it comes to at-the-track communications, there is only one place to call. Racing Electronics is the #1 source for professional race communications worldwide. Over 20 years in the business proves their dedication to the sport. With every driver and crew communication, two-way radios and headsets, scanners and more, Racing Electronics is a one-stop communication source for all your motorsports needs. Before the green flag flies, make sure you have all your team communication gear from Racing Electronics. Stop by and see a Racing Electronics representative at the track near you. Visit their showroom in Concord, North Carolina, or order online at racingelectronics.com.
The Stars will be out at Oxford Plains Speedway July 2nd and 3rd, going for $40,000 to win in the All That's Metal Celebration of America 300. NASCAR champions Kyle Busch and Daniel Hemrick, along with short track legend Bubba Pollard, take on North America's best in a 300-lap battle. Plus, New England Super Modifieds going for $10,000 to win and more. It's the Celebration of America 300, July 2nd and 3rd at Oxford Plains Speedway, and you can see it only on Racing America.
Well, it's our favorite time of year here on Racing America because we are busy. We've talked about Thursday and Friday at Nashville and Five Flags. Got Celebration of America 300, 40,000 win coming up at Oxford next week. Then in 2 weeks, the Slinger Nationals. It's all here on Racing America. But you know, this past weekend, we had some pretty good, really good races, to tell you the truth.
Yeah. And on that note, does that mean I'm throwing it to the highlights?
It does, and that means that we can go to a single shot of Jess, and then she'll really do it.
Oh! To the highlights.
Here they come into turn 4, looking for the green flag, and they've got it. Green is out. Side-by-side race in a turn 1. It's Gabe Brown on the bottom by a fender, leading down the back straightaway. Brown in the 47 out to the lead. Renfrew trying the crossover move to the inside lane, as Brown shows the way off into the first corner. And now it'll be Renfrew down the backstretch with the nose ahead, showing the way. Renfrew, the multi-time ACT winner, looking for his first win of 2024. Shows the way here on lap number 2. 27, Cam Huntress getting the black flag as the exhaust is hanging out the driver's side door, and the yellow flag is out. Caution flag on the speedway. Gabe Brown, 47, continuing to work over the rear bumper of the Sullivan construction car. He dips it low in turn 3, looking for the race lead now. Down the main straightaway, the 47, Gabe Brown takes over the lead. Trying the crossover move into turn number 3, but couldn't make it stick. 4 laps to go, the battle for the race win. Gabe Brown, 47. Jimmy Renfrew in the 0 and DJ Shaw in the 04. This time up to the door comes the 0 of Renfrew. 3 laps to go this time. They lean on each other off of turn 4. Renfrew in the 0 gets door slapped out of the way. One more time around. Battle is for third. Gabe Brown on the outside. Jesse Sitzer, 25 on the inside. Final time down the back straightaway. And the checkered flag is set to fly. First win of the 2024 season will go to Jimmy Renfrew Jr. in the 0.
Green flag set to fly. We're underway. Ryan Kuhn with the jump as they head to turn number 3. DJ Shaw keeps his foot in the door looking for the second spot. Kuhn, your 2022 past North champion, former Seekonk Speedway late model champion, looking for his second career past super late model victory. Still a long way to go in this one. The 60 of DJ Shaw rides in second. Trouble in turn 2, Gabe Brown goes around. The 60 of Shaw knows he has to make the top work with a 444 Griffith ready to take advantage. Off of turn 4, the 60 of Shaw leads lap 76. Kuhn trying to stick with him, but 3 and 4, it's DJ Shaw, your new leader. Griffith again lays the bumper to the 60. Shaw again holds onto it, and here comes Dwyer up the outside. That time at the line, the 444, Derek Griffith was your leader. Derek Griffith takes the top spot. DJ Shaw repays the favor, and around goes Griffith. Coming to the white flag, one more time for Ryan Kuhn. Kuhn just over half a lap away from his second career Pro All-Star Series win. Coming to the checkered flag, out of turn number 4, Ryan Kuhn, your winner.
Alan Borntrager from row number 1 to the green. Brady Bill gets the edge up the back straightaway. Just past the halfway mark. Kendrick Cryer going to work on Borntrager for second. We got one, turn 3. Look out. Ryan Gutnick in tow will lead him back to green. Brady Bill led at the line. Kendrick Cryer got a good start on the high side. Whoa, is Gutnick going to be able to clear him? He can. Ryan Gutnick. Brady Bill pinned up on the outside. Borntrager bounces off him. Borntrager takes second. Pushes up in turn number 1. Gutnick is gone. One lane, says the flagman. 26. Oh, look out. Oh, goodness gracious. We go caution. White flag for Ryan Gutnick. After a side-by-side battle for the top spot with Brady Bill for half the race, Ryan Gutnick will win it.
RacingAmerica.tv is the place to be if you love short track racing this week. The UARA National Super Late Models are at Berlin for Money in the Bank Wednesday night, June 12th, followed up on Saturday, June 15th, by APC United Late Models in Canada. And open wheel fans will have their turn with Super Modifieds at Spencer Friday night, June 14th, and ROC Sportsman at Wyoming County Sunday, June 16th. It's all a part of an action-packed week on RacingAmerica.tv.
This is Racing America, the biggest stars.
I enjoyed it. I felt good out there. I would love to come here and race.
And the inside info.
This is the T-bar setup. This clips into the bottom of the cam lock.
The only fast channel powered by the NASCAR Cup team owners who know all about speed.
How am I even going to drive for 3.5 hours without having a radio in the car?
The most NASCAR team content anywhere. Climb on board.
Communication is key in the racing world. When it comes to at-the-track communications, there is only one place to call. Racing Electronics is the #1 source for professional race communications worldwide. Over 20 years in the business proves their dedication to the sport. With every driver and crew communication, two-way radios and headsets, scanners and more, Racing Electronics is a one-stop communication source for all your motorsports needs. Before the green flag flies, make sure you have all your team communication gear from Racing Electronics. Stop by and see a Racing Electronics representative at the track near you. Visit their showroom in Concord, North Carolina, or order online at racingelectronics.com.
Northwest Super Late Model Series debuts at Idaho's Motorplex at the Mills Saturday night, June 29th. See the best drivers as they compete in the Blue Valor 150. It's the Northwest Super Late Model Series only on RacingAmerica.tv.
What race do we want to talk about? Do we want to talk about loud and dry or loud and wet? But it was literally the tale of two completely different events. And obviously the rain completely shook up what was going on track. And in the dry, we started off really well. I was able to, get the lead in the first stage, and then Martin really came on there in stage 2. So definitely, I think that we had some room to improve on the dry stuff. Like, I'm not sure that I definitely didn't have the dominant car. And then whenever the wet came, it was just like, we might as well have been at somewhere completely different. And so it was just so fun to get to experience that, run whatever it was, 80 laps in wet tires and wet, damp conditions. So, just a lot of fun. That was so much fun.
That's what Christopher Bell had to say after his win at New Hampshire Motor Speedway on Sunday. Joining us now on the road to the Cup with Taylor's take this week. Taylor Kitchen is back with us. And first off, Taylor, it's good to see you. You were just telling us you're going to be our neighbor here before too long.
Yeah, first off, great to see you both as well. And yeah, life is moving pretty fast, but I'm very excited about it. But yeah, we'll soon to be y'all's neighbor, so I'm looking forward to it.
Oh my god! Yeah, she's already practicing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you ask her if you could break that news?
Oh, I didn't say where.
Okay, just in the Carolina area.
Yeah, somewhere in their area.
Oh, we're very excited.
Yeah.
So we showed it a little bit earlier. Of course, the announcement finally officially made about Chase Briscoe going to JGR in 2025, and Christopher Bell kind of let the cat out of the bag at New Hampshire, and they had some fun with that this week.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes, no doubt. I've been there myself. This, Zach and I were talking about this. This seems like a good fit.
Yeah, it definitely does feel like a good fit. Chase Briscoe, he has Cup Series wins under his belt. He's had great stats this year as well. One of the top drivers at SHR. And granted, the whole team has really picked it up, particularly, Josh Berry, Noah Gregson, and him. But it feels like a natural fit in terms of even just kind of feel like the driver that they were looking for and the drivers that Joe Gibbs Racing has worked with the past few years. And with the support of Bass Pro Shops staying on, James Small staying on as a crew chief, it makes perfect sense to me to build from that legacy that Truex really has had with that 19 car. So I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do with that and seeing if Chase Briscoe can contend for wins week in and week out in the past few weeks. He's shown great potential and equipment that's going to be gone soon, but looking forward to seeing what he can do in the 19.
Okay, so I was trying to think where we're at now.
That's when we're getting in trouble.
So please give me some time. Where are we at now with what SHR drivers do we know? Is he the only one we know?
We know where he's going.
Okay.
And then Taylor, we found out, I think it was last week, that Haas is going to keep a charter.
Yeah.
So and I think Front Row got up, so that only leaves one charter now out floating around, right?
Yeah, so right now what we know is that Haas has a new team, Haas factory team. It's Gene Haas. He owns it, and then the operations are with Cole Custer's father. And we don't know who that driver is going to be yet. You could probably infer it's going to be Cole, but we don't know that for a fact.
Come
like I
on.
feel like that'd be a little bit of a stretch, but he won the championship. So, but no, I think it could most likely be Cole, but nothing confirmed, obviously. And then Front Row Motorsports, they have 2 charters. So maybe there's room for some of the SHR drivers there. And then, of course, there's always the conversation around, that 21 seat. It's probably going to be open for somebody. The rumor right now is probably maybe Josh Berry fills that seat. But again, none of it's confirmed. It's all rumor. But there is one charter kind of floating around. Like you said, we don't know where it's going to go. Does it go to Trackhouse? Does it go to 2311? There's a rumor that RCR is looking to expand. I mean, silly season brings up so many rumors. So much. We're not going to know until we hear it from the horse's mouth, essentially. But yeah, there's one charter unaccounted for, which leads to a lot of speculation.
And Jess, we love rumors, don't we?
We love to speculate
gossip.
too.
Me
Yeah.
and you, people just don't know about all the gossip.
We just sit in your office and
talk about people behind their back.
fun.
Yeah. No, it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all speculation.
Of course.
So, okay, I feel like I have like that meme. I think what shows it from where he's got the string and he's trying to he's got the
It's Always Sunny?
board. Yes. That's how I
Always Sunny in
feel with
Philadelphia,
the SHR drivers and the charters. And then here soon, we're just going to be adding in the regular silly season stuff. So I'm glad we have you to keep us in check.
And we may not even have charters.
That's the other thing too.
Also true. Is there anything else we should be keeping an eye on, Taylor? In your opinion? Or have we covered
I don't
it?
even know. I think we covered it, really. I mean, with silly season, drivers going where, and then, of course, the charter agreements that are always in flux and the teams not totally being happy what was brought to their attention last time with what NASCAR is bringing to the table. I mean, this is the busiest silly season I think we've had in a long time.
Yeah.
And with the new TV deal kind of expected with the charter agreement, being no longer at the end of, this season, it makes total sense, but it's been wild. So, but I think we're all caught up on things we should be looking out for outside of the actual race weekend product. And stuff.
I was going to say, we didn't even talk about playoffs.
No, we can talk about that later, but and then throw whatever Colleague is going to do in there too. So, you mentioned the teams that are looking at expanding in 2311 and now Childress and Trackhouse. And so there's going to be all sorts of stuff going on out there. We never have enough time, but Taylor, thanks for joining us today. Congratulations on becoming a North Carolinian. It's the next best thing to becoming a South Carolinian.
Oh, thanks so much.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
Bye.
All right, when we come back, Chase Burda coming off a big win this past weekend at Flat Rock. He'll join us next.
It's time for a pre-4th of July celebration with your friends from the Race of Champions and the Bullring, Wyoming County International Speedway, and an evening full of short track racing excitement on the speedy 3rd mile. The Race of Champions Sportsman, 602 Sportsman, Race of Champions Superstock Series, and 4-score 4-cylinder dash series set to do battle at the Bullring. Brought to you by the Race of Champions and the Bullring. Saturday, June 29th, the Bullring, Wyoming County International Speedway, racing at 6 p.m. You can't miss it.
Communication is key in the racing world. When it comes to at-the-track communications, there is only one place to call. Racing Electronics is the #1 source for professional race communications worldwide. Over 20 years in the business proves their dedication to the sport. With every driver and crew communication, two-way radios and headsets, scanners and more, Racing Electronics is a one-stop communication source for all your motorsports needs. Before the green flag flies, make sure you have all your team communication gear from Racing Electronics. Stop by and see a Racing Electronics representative at the track near you. Visit their showroom in Concord, North Carolina, or order online at racingelectronics.com.
This is Racing America, the biggest stars.
I enjoyed it. I felt good out there. I would love to come here and race.
And the inside info.
This is the T-bar setup. This clips into the bottom of the cam lock.
The only fast channel powered by the NASCAR Cup team owners who know all about speed.
How am I even going to drive for 3.5 hours without having a radio in the car?
The most NASCAR team content anywhere. Climb on board.
The Stars will be out at Oxford Plains Speedway July 2nd and 3rd, going for $40,000 to win in the All That's Metal Celebration of America 300. NASCAR champions Kyle Busch and Daniel Hemrick, along with short track legend Bubba Pollard, take on North America's best in a 300-lap battle. Plus, New England Super Modifieds going for $10,000 to win and more. It's the Celebration of America 300, July 2nd and 3rd at Oxford Plains Speedway, and you can see it only on Racing America.
Welcome back to the Bullring. This week's lucky dog, a KDDP driver and winner of the ASA CRA Super Series event at Flat Rock this past weekend, Chase Burda. Chase, congratulations. And I don't think any of us, including yourself, would have thought that it would be almost July and we would be talking about your first win of the year.
Yeah, well, thank you guys for having me on. And yeah, it's definitely been an eventful year and definitely not the year we've been wanting, that's for sure.
Well, it was a great way to win because it was kind of a dominant race from you. And
very much.
Yeah. And
really stunk it up.
Yeah. But sometimes that feels good. Yeah,
if you're him.
Yeah, well, for one person. But you did mention in your post-race interview how much you had to rely on your spotter to help you get through that lap traffic because, again, stinking up the show and putting cars down a lap. So tell us a little bit about that relationship between you and your spotter.
Yeah, me and Brandon. Brandon has spotted plenty of people, and lucky enough, he spots for me when he can. He spots ARCA races and trucks or wherever he can, and that was our second race with him this year. And it's just we had our whole crew here, and Brandon knows me very well, and he was just calming me down because sometimes when I'm in there, I'm just like trying to get by him and rushing, trying to get through the field. And he's just got a ton of experience, and especially there, he's definitely been there a handful of times, so he knows how to get around there. And he's kind of picked me through the field, and I was able to get through there cleanly, and yeah, and walked away with it.
You spoke about some of the frustration. I got to think Corgan oil might have just been the worst.
Yeah, that was not fun. I mean, that was supposed to be our turnaround point of the season, and we got to the lead with 10 to go, and it didn't last long. And we got tangled up and went to the rear, and it just definitely was. That race probably was the worst race for me. Just after I was really down on myself, and I just really put myself with a good group of guys, and they never gave up on me. And encouraging texts and just calls, and they just kept their heads in the game, and we just kept going after it.
Well, you got a big second half of the year coming that can get you back in this KDDP points chase. Tell us about the charity work this year. What have you been able to do, and what maybe have you learned from that so far this year?
Yeah, the Quickie Driver Development Program has been amazing for me. I guess I never really knew all the stuff to do off the track as a driver, and there's so much more to it than just turn left. And I mean, they're great guys. They've taught me everything I know now, and yeah, the charity stuff. We're actually the biggest one. We're with Family Literacy. Their biggest thing is about tutoring kids or anyone that needs the help, and they also have a lot of different programs on like raising money for different different types of causes and just many different things. Like for me, I tutor on Tuesdays. I was fortunate enough to have an awesome kid, Max. He likes cars, and it's just fun working with him and just seeing everybody. And when I was younger myself, I was one of those kids getting tutored. So it's really cool just to kind of see my development from going to them and now helping back with them, like you're working with them. And it's just fun. And like I said about the Quickie stuff, I guess I never really looked into all the stuff off the track and never realized what it took to be successful. And I'm just really fortunate enough to be with them, and them guys are amazing.
Well, it'll change your life, and you know, you think about what you talked about that you've learned so far. You're going to learn so much more between now and the end of the year, and that part will really be what you'll take from this program. Congratulations on the win. Really glad to see you get that monkey off your back, and I got a feeling the second half's going to be a big one.
Thank you. We hope so.
All right, that's Chase Burda, the winner at Flat Rock this past weekend. When we come back, we'll tell you what you can catch around the corner here on Racing America.
RacingAmerica.tv kicks off a big weekend of action Thursday night with ROC Modifieds at Lancaster and a Pro Late Model special at Nashville. More late models get going with the Blizzard Series at Five Flags on Friday night. And on Saturday night, Pro Late Models are back at Cordele. Northwest Super Late Models in Idaho. ROC Sportsman rounded out at Wyoming County on Sunday. It's all a part of an action-packed week on RacingAmerica.tv.
Five-star bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market. Aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials. Tested tough for optimum performance. The highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5-star.
The Slinger Nationals are back at Slinger Speedway, and it all begins Sunday, July 7th with the prelude to the Nationals. The short track stars will have practice and the kickoff party qualifying draw. Then it's the big day, Tuesday, July 9th, when the green flag falls for the 45th annual Cobblestones Hotel Slinger Nationals presented by Lynch Buick GMC. It all goes down July 7th through 9th at Slinger Super Speedway. Racing starts at 6:30, and it's exclusively on Racing America.
Hi, I'm Ryan Kuhn, and you're watching Racing America.
Glad to have you back here with us on the Bullring. And as we said, unfortunately, we're going to be off from the Bullring for about a month or so because of all the races that we got coming up here on Racing America. But we got a busy weekend in and of itself. Let's take you around the corner. Thursday night, we talked about it. Battle of Broadway 150 for the Pro Late Models. Ross Chastain and Josh Berry taking on the Pro Late Model racers at Nashville. And at Lancaster up in New York, the ROC Modifieds, they'll be in action. What about Friday night, Jess?
Oh, Friday night, Five Flags, one of my favorites. The Blizzard Series will be in action, and Kevin Harvick will be entered in that race.
And another huge NASCAR driver that, because of us taping the show when we are right now, just minutes prior to the announcement, I can't officially say, but he's a NASCAR champion.
Well, you keep
Georgia.
You keep saying, "Oh, okay." No, this whole time I've acted like I know who you're talking about, but I have had no idea. But okay, now I might know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he's awesome.
He would have maybe fit in this show because we have two other people by the same name.
Yes.
Okay.
But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
It's all hearsay. It's all speculation.
Yep, stay on Racing America. Saturday, the Pro Late Models is a busy weekend for them. They'll be at Cordele Motor Speedway in Georgia. Oxford Championship Series at Oxford Plains. That'll be the last time the Super Late Models are on track in a race prior to the Celebration of America 300. APC United Late Models, they'll be at Delaware Speedway in Ontario. Wiscasset Speedway in Maine, Pro Stock 100 for them. The ROC Sportsman will be at Wyoming County Speedway in New York. And the Northwest Super Late Model Series at the brand new Motorplex at the Mill in Idaho. And then Sunday, Jess?
Super Late Models at Slinger for the Independence Day celebration. Every time we talk about it, I hear a bald eagle screeching in the background.
Well, we'll have to work on that. And why don't you tell us about Tuesday and Wednesday, too?
And Tuesday and Wednesday next week, we got Oxford Celebration of America 300. Cue that bald eagle noise right there.
Right.
And we got Kyle Busch.
Yep.
And Daniel Hemrick running that race.
That's right. Plus a lot of other guys are going for $40,000 to win. You can order your coverage right now. And as I always say, because you folks always complain about pay-per-views, The reason that these tracks can do these big races is because they also get part of the pay-per-view revenues, so you are contributing to making this event happen, and we really appreciate that. Subscribers, you also get a discount. When we come back, we're going to wrap up this Bullring, and we'll do that right after this.
This week on Racing America, it's NASCAR stars versus short track racing's best. It all begins Thursday night at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway as Josh Berry and Ross Chastain battle the local Music City Pro Late Model racers for 100 laps. Then Friday night, NASCAR Cup Series champion Kevin Harvick makes his debut at Five Flags Speedway as he challenges the Southern Super Series stars. It's a NASCAR versus grassroots battle royal from Nashville and Five Flags, and you can see it all on RacingAmerica.tv.
5-star bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market. Aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials. Tested tough for optimum performance. The highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5-star.
Get up on your feet, race fans.
Pro Late Models are back at Cordele Motor Speedway Saturday night, June 29th for 100 laps of action. Plus racing for Pure Stock, Enduro, Mini Stock, Crown Vic, Legends, and Bandoleros. And you can catch it only on RacingAmerica.tv. The Northwest Super Late Model Series debuts at Idaho's Motorplex at the Mills Saturday night, June 29th. See the best drivers as they compete in the Blue Valor 150. It's the Northwest Super Late Model Series only on RacingAmerica.tv.
I want to thank all the guests for joining us today here on the Bullring, including Derek Thorn, Bob Sargent, Taylor Kitchen, Chase Burda, and am I leaving somebody out?
Bob Sargent. Oh,
No.
Derek Thorn.
No, I said him. So I think we got everybody. And we appreciate all those folks for joining us. As I said, stay tuned to Racing America and RacingAmerica.tv. Going to have a ton of racing action. Also, Racing America social channels. That's where you'll be able to see updates from all these big races, and the Racing America 24/7 channel debuting Thursday night, 8 p.m. You'll be able to see the must-see racing sprint cars, their most recent race this past weekend at Owasso Speedway in Michigan. And I think that about does it. Feeling a little sad.
Are you?
I am.
This is like summer break. Your kids get summer break. This is like summer break for you.
Yeah, but
Just kidding. You'll be right here in the office.
not next week.
Are you off?
A whole week.
Where are you going? Do you care to share?
The beach.
Okay. Travis and I are going to Las Vegas here soon.
Maybe a marriage, wedding bells.
Maybe.
Elvis, you never can tell.
You never know.
Maybe when we come back, who knows? Jess could be married, but she probably won't. So for all of us here at Racing America and for Jess Ballard, I'm Alan Deets saying so long, and we'll see you next time on board.